How's it going, Moto fans? Yes, it's overcast, it's dreary, it's sad out. Sort of like the Ninja 300. So sad that it's gone in a way. I really loved it. In fact, I still love the sound of that Yoshi exhaust on that Ninja 300. And a lot of people loved it. But we have a better bike. We have more power. More power! But I sort of, you know, some of the things that I never got to do with the Ninja 300, like I never gave you a solid review of it. Love this bike in the turns, it's so damn solid. So let's go over some of the things that I liked and disliked about the Ninja 300. So some of the things that I liked and disliked about the Ninja 300. Well, first of all, price. And this is varying all over the boards because of where you buy your bike. Really depends on how much you spend. But the Ninja 300 really is one of those beginner bikes. Everyone gets it, they sell it off. So I highly recommend that you get them used from a private seller, not a dealership. Because even mine, used from a dealership, 1 year old, was expensive. Ninja 300s being starter bikes, people are going to drop them. Look at me, I dropped mine twice. Not just for videos, it happens. In fact, I dropped this one once. It's just one of those things that's going to happen with bikes. Hopefully you find one with frame sliders, so it's not too much of an issue with them. But the fact is that you're probably going to get a bike that has been dropped. Now what does that mean? Well, you're going to have scratched up fairings, and fairings are expensive. So unless you can look past that and you just want a bike to ride that rides really well for a beginner, well, there you have it. Don't worry about the scratches. They make the thing go faster. Weight was a huge thing with the Ninja 300. This bike, I don't feel really all that comfortable and slow. I do right now, actually. I'm feeling really confident on it. These turns, like that K-turn back there. But the first few days, this bike is noticeably heavy. The Ninja 300 is a lightweight bike. I could walk that thing down streets all day, no issues at all, and I just love it, really love it. So weight, a huge factor. I think a lightweight bike, especially for somebody just starting out, is a huge benefit. The amount of power from the Ninja 300 wasn't overpowering. It did really well on roads like this. It did handle highways, but it did, however, lack power on the highways to get out of a situation. And that can be a bad thing. I've had places where I've had to slow down. You just got to sort of learn to back off rather than boost your way out with throttle. It just is what it is. Fuel efficiency. The Ninja 300 averaged about like 60 miles to the gallon. This bike, which is a 750, averages 50, and the bike that I was looking at, the Z8, I believe it was, or FX8, something like that, it had even worse. It was like 50 miles to the gallon. You'd be stopping at gas stations so freaking often, it wouldn't be funny. In fact, this one I sort of stop at gas stations way too often. It's not all that funny. It's fun, but it's not funny. So aside from price of getting a good deal, weight, being able to throw that bike around corners and having fun and slow speed, the fact that you can really work with it in so many different ways, the gas mileage, all of this, I just thought it was a fantastic bike, and I wish I still had it in a way for certain situations. But as you develop as a rider and you learn more skills on what you're capable of doing on two wheels, it is definitely, there comes a time where everyone wants to step up, and I was at that point anyway, so I'm not terribly saddened that I lost that 300 and moved up to the 750. But at the same time, I don't recommend anyone start on the 750 like this. There's a lot of power behind it, and there's a lot of just a responsibility that comes with this. You can get into a huge amount of trouble if you're not totally set up to handle a bike like this. But yeah, I want to hear the pros and cons of your particular motorcycle, or maybe your first few motorcycles compared to what you're riding right now, because there's so many choices.